A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. Meanwhile, when the crowd gathered by the thousands, they trampled on one another. He began to speak first to his disciples. Beware of the yeast of the Pharisees, that is, their hypocrisy. Nothing is covered up that will not be uncovered, and nothing secret that will not become known. Therefore, whatever you have said in the dark will be heard in the light, and whatever you have whispered behind closed doors will be proclaimed from the housetops. I tell you, my friends, do not fear those who kill the body, and after that can do nothing more. But I will warn you whom to fear. Fear him who, after he has killed, has authority to cast into hell. Yes, I tell you, fear him. Are not 5 sparrows sold for 2 pennies? Yet not one of them is forgotten in God's sight. But even if the hairs of your head are all counted, do not be afraid. You are of more value than many sparrows. The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
After spending a bit of time reading that Gospel, I just really wanted to focus on a couple of points. Sometimes I think about the times that I've spoken ill of other people behind their back, muttered unkind words and rolled my eyes and even given the odd hand gesture. No one knows, right? Well, if it's been seen by someone else, usually they give you a bit of a giggle. Or I sometimes find myself in a conversation that ends up being a bit of a gossip session. You know, it's tearing down someone else, usually not in the room. It can happen at work, it can happen in our friendship groups, but they don't know about what's been said, so does it matter? I mean, even people who have addictions with pornography, no one else sees that, do they? Only them? Does it hurt anybody else? Well, I think it does matter, because Jesus says to us, not one sparrow escapes his attention. So our actions and our thoughts don't go unnoticed. He reminds us also not to worry. Each one of us is deeply significant to him. Our actions and our deeds don't remain in the dark. This is also true of God's revelation in our hearts. We are called to live the light. That's his light. We are called to proclaim it from the rooftops, his glory. So I think we should guard our tongues and our eyes and our minds and use those for his glory and not our gain. I hope you have a lovely day today and enjoy the weather wherever you are in New Zealand.